Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 14 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So here I am painting the rest. I was just sitting here thinking, sometimes the backgrounds, like, we'll do, like, this one's a little more grainy, or the paint, like, is more smeared looking, or just so many things. And truly, it doesn't matter because they're all, like, works of our art together, and working on his fine motor skills, and just time spent together, and but when I was looking at this one, I was like, it looked a little bit more like it felt abstract to me. And that's such a interesting term in terms of my, like, way of thinking, because abstract art is so there's so many ways you can do it, and so many different things. So I always, like, say this is kind of abstract, but I hate to I hate's not the right word either, but it's hard when, like, I don't want, like, someone to say that's not abstract at all, because art is so there's so many ways to do it, and I am constantly learning and constantly saying for sure that I am growing as I learn how to paint. And even though I've been painting for years, I took up painting by suggestion from one of my friends to work with Owen on his fine motor skills. So even though I have been painting for years, I always still feel like I'm learning and I'm growing, and that's where I'm at with a lot of this. So I never want to, like, imply that I am by any means an abstract efficient at abstract art, but I like to do it. How's that for a long explanation that still didn't explain truly what I was trying to explain? But it's fun for me. It's fun. So now I'm going to put some little gobbledygoo kind of flowers in here. Just random, like, placings. And if you've watched before, I always talk about how I love to watch paint dry. And this is one of those occasions where I love to watch paint dry. My thing's going to go off in just a second, I think, and say that Owen will be home in probably about 40 minutes, something like that. But I start warning myself in case I'm in the middle of something. I have several alarms that go off in case I'm not looking at my clock. See, there it is. One of the many. One of the many. But I can't wait to hear how his day went. And what he's going to be excited about. Tomorrow, we're supposed to have a pretty full day, but the weather has not really been cooperating. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it's gonna go. I kind of just changed my mind just a little bit, not completely. But I wasn't gonna fill this whole thing up with flowers. I was just gonna kind of put them in some different spaces. And so I'm just going to put a little cross right there. It just felt like it needed to be there. So that's what we're doing. Anyways, I am, I didn't, sometimes, I'll get texts from his teacher, or I have to pick him up for therapy or different things. So I hear stuff earlier, but he must be having a very good, busy day at school, which would make my day. So I'm very thankful for the fact that he loves school. It's so wonderful, because I could only imagine if he did not like school. But he does. He does. He does. He does. Probably don't want, I'm putting my same colors on top of each other, which, is technically okay, but I'm going to put some greenery on there as well. So it's almost done. I felt like doing something different today, and so here I am. Here I am. Here I am. Tomorrow he goes for his second swim practice with the Special Olympics. So I'm very excited for him. He loves the pool, and he's just done so well with the whole water thing. And so he really enjoyed the week last week, and he did so he loves going, but he listened really well to the coach, and there's probably, I didn't count as good as I probably should have, but there's probably 10 people on the team, give or take, and he was able to, stay in the pool. He'd jump from the edge and different things, but he probably went back and forth in the water, down the lanes at least 10 times. So that was very incredible and fun for him, and just so thankful for this. So I think we're almost there. I always say I love to watch paint dry, and I'll be excited to see how this one kind of dries. So, just a little bit of a story there. Just a little story. I think, oh, I may have hit the camera. As it's drying, I can see this edge falling off, which it technically doesn't matter, but I just kind of want it a little more there. Almost. So, it should be a busy weekend, church, and we got park to go to if the weather holds, and a couple other things. So, it should be a lot of fun. So, I hope everybody has a great rest of their, I'm adding so many green things, their day, weekend, night, wherever you're at. That is O for Owen. And then L and B. All right. Thanks so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles, toodles.